So I don't know if you can hear this, but there's two hits that sound as they should, I think, and then two hits that sound much weaker, out of phase. Let me play this again. So you hear the two snares, I should say. So you hear the two snares. That's interesting. So what I'm gonna do. I wonder if I can. Is there a quick way in Reaper to bypass all the pitch? You know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna set a region here. I'm gonna select this whole thing. I'm gonna select all the items, and I'm gonna remove all the stretch markers. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back to that same spot, and we should hear 4 hits. You know, staying reasonably the same volume. See the difference? So I'm gonna undo that. That is interesting. Sorry, I'm just gonna invite Justin on to watch real quick. YouTube. Sorry. Sorry. Let me find the live video. That is interesting. And sorry, I'm going to take a second more. I'm going to share this with the Reaper users group. Share. Can I share to a group? Share to a group, yep. Reaper users group. Oops. I don't want to automatically do that. Come on. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna go to the rug real quick. Reaper's users group. Edit this video. Okay, so I'm going to play this again. Allegedly, I asked in the Reaper forum and some other places, and supposedly, as soon as you change the pitch shift properties in project properties, as long as these are set to default, let me actually check that. Item properties, project default. I'm going to change all these to project default just in case they're not. So I'm going to select all these, item properties. I'm going to tell it project default, apply. Okay. Yeah, see that? Okay, I'm just gonna try some different things now. I didn't used to have this problem. So Elastic Pro, pitch shift parameter normal. Try synchronize. I don't know what that does, but Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this is normally set to. Shoot, I kind of don't want to mess with this. Preserve formats, most vicious. How do I undo all of this? Yeah, it just says normal. Okay, so let me just check again. Okay, so let's try balanced. Oh, interesting. So balanced seems okay there. Let me go through this. Let me go through here. Interesting. So that seems to work pretty good. That's Elastic 3.3 Pro. Pitch shifter parameter normal, stretch marker mode balanced. But let's see if I can get this messed up again. So I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna re-loop this spot, and it's gonna play these four, make sure they're okay. Okay. So I'm going to change this to tonal optimized. Interesting, huh? So tonal optimized wipes out that, it makes them phase for some reason. How about transient optimized? Okay, transient optimized sounds fine. I don't know if balance, I guess we could do some renders and check, but we'll put balanced real quick. Okay, so that's balanced. I'm going to try transient optimized again. Okay, on the fourth hit, there's a sign of things really being together, and it's like this fluting kind of sound. And those, to me, those always go away when you got phasing things totally wrong. So I'm going to try it on balance and listen for that same thing. Oh, I swear it sounds a little bit better under transient optimized. I'm going to leave it on transient optimized for now. But actually, you know what? I'm going to tonal optimized. No, balanced. Save as default transient. Some project settings, whatever. I don't know about that 130. Yeah, you know what? Cancel that. Let me just see what happens with no pre-echo reduction. Oh man, I can't tell. That seemed to miss that flute though. Let me put it back on transient optimized. Now there is in item properties, I think. So yeah, stretch markers fade size. I've tried different sizes for that, and I've never really gotten much different. You don't see it in here actually. You know, one thing that's really killing me here, and I don't know if it's getting you guys too, the default theme. I'm really hoping there's a nitpicky theme that comes out. These stretch markers are really hard to see, man. I mean, I'm gonna pull up the theme tweaker. I'm gonna look for the stretch marker color. Stretch marker text. I mean, yak. I know it should be calling attention to itself, but I just can't see this thing. I think for some reason White Tie prefers like a dark gray rather than a then a black. I don't really see a dark gray in here, but I'm gonna pick one. Let's just see what happens here. That looks a little easier to see. It's not very obvious to me that's happening. I don't like the color. And I sound like a whiner here. I don't like the color behind here. Turn off the grid real quick. You see, I'm going to move one of these stretch markers. Oh, whoops, that's not doing it. Okay, can you see the stretch marker? I mean, the line, it's like gray. It's hidden on the, it's hidden inside, on the selected track. It's hidden. You know, this doesn't make sense to me. Stretch marker handle's red. That makes sense. Handle edge white. I mean, it makes sense. But this is like the same color as the default color. I mean, they just shouldn't. Yeah. I'm gonna change the track color. I know you can do item color. I'm not very good at the track color, item color things, believe it or not. Set tracks to random colors. Okay. I still cannot see this handle. Does this look obviously selected to you? I mean, I don't know how to tell you when this track's selected. Is that lighter border? Oh, man. You know, what's the grid color? Grid's pretty good. Grid's pretty good. I almost want to paint the damn thing white, you know. Let me see what happens if I paint it white. That is a lot easier to see. I doubt it's going to be easier to see on the default though. So let's see. Track color. Set tracks to default color. Man, I just do not like that. But you know what? I can see it. That is much easier to see. And I don't really need the grid for this, but even if I do, this is actually not bad. I'm gonna leave this here. Okay. So I guess that's the trick. Use balanced or transient optimize. So I'm gonna go back through here, and I'm just gonna take a listen, see if there's some naughtiness. Did you hear a couple times right around here? So it depends how far you want to go. I've just moved every measure to this thing. But really, it's a pretty good drummer, so I'm not, you know, it really depends how you want to. Like I said, so this is a pretty good drummer. You could get pretty crazy on here. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, this is just every measure. You could go a lot nuttier here. So let's look for. I mean, just let's just say. So I'm gonna save this as. Save this as a little bit tighter. And let's just take a look. Now, almost through this whole thing, this drum, like I say, this drummer is pretty good. I'm not super worried. Like I'd put this on a just get every measure except for some egregious things and just leave it be. I mean, this is good, but we can go a lot crazier here. So I have my actions. 1 is set to whole notes, 2 is set to half notes, 3 is set to quarter notes. Let's just take a look here. So you see there's a little bit of, yeah, and we need to hear the other instruments because I have a feeling that this is on purpose. Hear that little, feels like a delay. But you know, we can go there, right? That's no problem. Let me see what happens when I just tighten up the snares. Okay. This is it's gonna move the kick drum around a little bit, but that's probably gonna be something that we want. I like things to generally kind of go together. I mean, you know, you're doing a modern like super speed metal or gent or whatever. You actually just kind of want to go to the 64th note and go crazy on here, but for this, I have a feeling that this is a band that's just kind of got a real coherent sound, and I don't, you know, I would go for a little bit of wiggle room rather than going nuts. But I'm gonna go to just want to move these snares around. I'm gonna go kind of to, I think this is half notes. Is this half notes? Yeah. And I'm just gonna look at the snares that fall on the 2. And I'm not really gonna mess with any of the other ones. See, there's like a fill right here, and that's probably gonna happen either a little bit too fast or a little bit too slow, which is typical of fills. But that's kind of what gives them the fill sound. Now we got a little issue that none of these guys are on the half note anymore, and that's gonna make this a little bit not as tight as the rest of the part. So I might change the quarter notes and just get every other one here. But let's see. See something. Okay, something else is going on here because that's pretty much the same beat as the beginning, right? So normally this would be on the kick on the 1, snare on the 2 and 4. So somewhere down here things are changing. Kick on the 1. So that kick's not on the 1. Let me see. No, there's the kick on the 1, but there's no snare on the 2 and 4. So now it is on the 2 and 4. Oh. Well, I'm blind. Something changed here. Oh yeah, see, I'm messing this up. Sorry, I'll fix this. I got an audio book to record in a little while today. Crazy, man. I've done a lot of audiobooks lately. I'm not really an audiobook guy, but I'm here. And if people want to do stuff locally, I guess that's how they do it. Pretty fun figuring out how you do everything with masks going, and really trying to stick with a good safety protocol, which is of course changing every pretty quickly actually as people learn more about this this no word, you know. Um, See, and as you get more and more detailed here, it's going to move the kick around, like I said, but I think it's going to move it together in a way that's going to work. But we'll find out. Yeah, I kind of would like to have the rest of the sounds here. So it takes a little while. You know, back in the day, I used to do this by splitting and moving. But like you see, we're trying out these different stretch modes, and for the most part, they're going to work. But whatever I do need to split and move, I certainly will. I have no qualms. I mean, this used to take so much longer. So, and there's an automatic way to do this too. Like, I actually made some scripts to keep. Yeah, I can't even talk about it right now. It's just going to break my brain. But there are automated ways of doing this, but yeah, it's a little tricky. I don't mind going through by hand. Let's just put it that way. I think I ended up with this marker that someplace that I don't want it. Is that this one? Yep. Sheesh. Man, this grid line color is no good. It's the same color as my my play cursor. Let me do that again and tweak. Ah, so hard. So saying grid lines start of beats, in between beats. Black? It sure doesn't look black to me. That's too close to the play cursor. Gonna make it lighter. Nothing really. Oh, that hurts. I don't know. This is why you need a good GUI guy. Well, that's better anyway. I'm just gonna leave that be for now. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the AC. I just got an open mic right now, so it's just blasting right into it. I'm probably gonna change this. It's an SM7. I'm probably gonna change it out for some some cheapie so I can put the SM7 to use on broadcasting next time. I actually got a lot of mics that I don't use that I should use. You know, honestly. I'm thinking there's this ADK. I know I shouldn't be using that for this, but I ordered some windscreens, you know, the kind that go around the mic, and that should be better. You know, I don't like using this gain booster. I'm using the what is it called? The Cathedral Pipes Durham signal strength booster or something. It's like the Cloud Lifter. You know, so SM7 just has such low gain. And it's tricky. Like, you know, I know it's supposed to be like the professional broadcast mic, but when you give it to people who are doing audiobooks or whatever, if they're not used to doing this stuff, it's just way too quiet. You know, I mean, if you got the good one, you don't need the booster. I mean, people who really know what they're doing. So anyway, so I got this all where I wanted. I think I have a shortcut here. I'll show you what it is. So I show actions list, find shortcut. I'm gonna hit my X key. Set item, snap, stretch markers, and time selection to grid. So I'm gonna select all the items. I'm gonna actually only have to select one because they're grouped, but I'm gonna select them all, and I'm gonna hit X. Blammo. Whoa, that kind of moved some of them around a little bit more than I think they would. Let's make sure I didn't blow something. So I'm gonna play this back. And remember, I haven't changed anything on this hi-hat stuff at the beginning, but let's just see where the snare and kick have gone. I'm gonna have a look at that little section later on. I'm just to throw a marker in here. Oh man, I see the marker went in the wrong damn place. It's always on the fills, you know, you're gonna worry a little bit, but now, what I don't really hear is toms much. In fact, do we hear any toms at all? If you really want the toms on there, you know, I mean, like, I know sometimes the toms help with bleed, but I'm gonna go with, if you're not playing the toms on here, I'd mute those suckers, man. Now see this, there. Now if I'm gonna say that if I change the grid to like eighth notes or whatever, we're probably gonna see that this kick is gonna be a little bit ahead. Oh man, restream chat. Why? Oh, hold on, sorry. Unreal. Yeah, man. You know, what do I pay? Like 20 bucks a month for this thing? Yeah, come on, guys. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. No. Okay. Oh, there we are. Oh man, why? Wow. Please stop signing me out of my chat restream. Anyway, so if I were to go to eighth notes, I think that these kicks are going to seem a little bit ahead. And that might sound wrong, but I have a feeling in this area they're kind of like adding something here. So let me just, I'm going to go to a little bit higher on the grid. See, this kick is ahead. It's not ahead by much, man. Let me see again. Interesting. So it's just a little tiny bit. Now, what I would really like is if what I would really like is if I could do dynamic auto split and you know, add the stretch markers dynamically, but to keep the existing stretch markers. I'd like to be able to either keep the existing stretch marker or set up a script that will add more stretch markers automatically. There's probably a way you could do this with like tab to transient, and just go across the whole thing. You know, you'd probably be in there cleaning up. Yeah, you could do an automatic thing, but let's just take a look. So I'm going to go to view. What is it called? Dynamic split. Look, see, it just wiped out all my did it actually wipe out my stretch markers? So let's see what we got here. At transients, I just want this track, and add stretch markers to selected items. And is it going to take away all the ones from the grouped items? Let's see what happens real quick. I'm just going to hit play. Hopefully I can undo this, right? I'm going to hit add stretch markers, and let's see if it wipes them out from all the snares here. Oh, but it didn't add them to the rest of them. Okay, so I'm going to undo that. Okay, add stretch markers to selected items and grouped items. Now, so we know right now, so I'm just going to put a marker here. We know right now that there's a stretch marker on this snare. Okay, so when I do this, if it takes away that stretch marker, that's not what we want. Yeah, you see that? Wow, okay, hold on. Do this again. Add stretch markers to selected items and grouped items. These are all grouped. So here's the stretch marker. We're going to see if that gets rid of it. No. It kept that stretch marker and added new ones. I wonder if they changed that, because that's not the behavior it used to have. But hopefully I'm going to look at the transient. Control Alt Shift T. So that should have added at the right place. I'm going to select these. I'm going to hit X and see what happens. Okay, so that moved everything. So that section we're talking about later on down here. Let's see. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, that's what you gotta watch out for. Did you hear that? Ouch. So there's gonna be something in here with way too much of a stretch. There it is. And then this just ruin it for everything on the rest here. So I'm gonna get rid of a marker here. Alright, so that sounds okay. Alright, now I'm going to take a look at these toms because I have a feeling they're not being hit at all. You know, what I really like is when drummers bring in like a set with like 7 or 8 toms. They make you mic every single one of them. And you go through this crazy sound check to make sure they're all perfect. And then they don't end up hitting any of them. How many times has that happened to you? Yeah, I don't think he hits the toms in this song at all. Okay. So now I shouldn't be going this hyper, but I'm going to show you. So, you know, you could bring these guys together, but that's part of the sound, right? Listen. Watch what happens. I'm gonna let me just knock this in place and take a listen to what goes on here. All right, it's a little. Sounds a little boring to me, and you know maybe that's on a. Let's take a look. 4, 5. Was that 16th notes? Wait, whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, 8th notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes. Let's take a look at I have some of this stuff set to triplets. So shift 3, shift 4, I think is 8th note triplets. Well, yeah, you know it's off, but I don't think it helps to move that in place. Let me look at some of these other. Not thrilled at that, Phil. I mean, I kind of want them to speed up a little bit when they're playing the fills. Let me just give you an idea here. So if I take this one and I move that to the grid, it's not going to be bad, but now did that stretch hurt it? Let's try something real quick. I'm going to select these two. I'm going to take away their stretch markers. Yeah, that sounds horrible, doesn't it? I mean, that is stretching a lot. So let's try a different, try balanced. Does balance sound different, better than transient optimized? For real? I think it does. Here's the balanced. But let's just take this away again. I mean, I like it better like that, you know, honestly. This one's a little weird, maybe. Wonder what the music's doing. I kind of, this is a hard one to tell because maybe there's something in the music that's going to make you want that. Where is it? You gotta, let me pull these overheads up. I don't hear any instruments to tell me. I mean, you could say that sounds like a stumble, I guess. Let's knock it into place and see what we got here. It's kind of going to be a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. It's almost like it's too early. Oh, it's right in between those, isn't it? Let me make this a little bit later and see what it does. I think that sounds more natural. I'm gonna leave it alone for now, though. I'm gonna see what this guy thinks on this. Oh, man. Anyway, you could go crazy like that. It sounds pretty good to me right now. It's just gonna be on the fills. You know, you always worry about those. Take away. Oh man, look at all that. Whoa, whoa. Why? See, this is a problem. It's wiped out. Yeah, see. Man. Yeah. I'm gonna save this for now. There's something you should be doing. I'm gonna see what we can't get on